I'm Dirk Bergvelt. I work for Architectuur Lokaal, and that's a Dutch organization which has architecture in the name, but we are not architects. We are people who are trying to stimulate clients and to stimulate the local government to have a good architecture policy. From the point of view of the architecture centers, the major benefit is that we have independent centers which are credible as organizers of public debate, and of course it's always difficult because these organizations, they need money, and but what is important, and the people who pay the money, they get influence. But what is, I think, good in the Dutch situation is that the local centers, they receive their money from different sources. It's a mix of public and private funding, and this makes them relatively independent. The national level, or people at the national level, are convinced that major decisions are made on the local level, and also one of the main driving forces of architecture is when there is support from the local community. And so if you make that possible, you don't have to direct those local initiatives. You just have to make them possible, to facilitate them, and to let them do their thing. We have a national fund for stimulating activities on the field of architecture, and well, a lot of things can apply for funding, but one of the standard things which is each year is funding for these local centers, and well, that is, for the local centers, it's a relatively stable financial base for as long as it takes. We get, of course, cutbacks and all kind of subsidies. So what will happen next year, I don't know, but it has been a very positive thing in the last few years. You can imagine that there is a cafe in the city center where architects meet, and then there are some other people from, say, a builder is joining them, and maybe some students, and they discuss things over a beer. And one of the things they discuss is, well, it would be good if we have an organization to do this more on a structural basis, and well, that's the way these things arise. The major importance is that it's good for the local roots. You want something which has roots in the local community, and maybe it's more in, say, cultural circles than in the population in general, but still local roots are important.